Hey Amber, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Sure. And Amber, first of all, what I really love about your character Naru is the fact that she actually always faces her fears. Of course, it's creepy to be hunted down by a predator, but she faces it because she wants to succeed as a hunter. And I was
Mhm.
wondering if you ever actually had to face a fear yourself in order to succeed as an artist.
I thought you were gonna say if I've actually ever hunted a predator. I was like, matter of fact, I did in this movie. Um, have I ever had to face fear? I mean, yes, constantly. I mean, even just this movie, I was so scared every day going to work. Like whether that was like, I feel like there's the big obvious thing, which to me the biggest thing that I was facing in this film was like the representation element of like having a female indigenous action hero. This movie would exist whether or not I was the one who played Naru. So having that responsibility, just like every day, I was constantly like, I hope I don't disappoint Comanches. I hope I don't disappoint indigenous people. Like I hope, like I just
Right,
wanted to,
right.
that's such a big deal, and I wanted to do that well. But I mean, like also just looking at the schedule, like I was literally there from before crew call to after wrap every single day. Uh,
Wow.
and like, we shot for like 4 or 5 months or something like that. So like even just looking at the schedule, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So yeah, even just in this film, the answer is yes.
Yeah, but it was all worth it, right?
Yes, very worth it.
So also the thing about Nara is the fact that she really believes in herself and in her skills, even though the entire world is basically working against her.
Mhm.
And I was wondering, when you started chasing your own dreams in this industry, how did you make sure you never actually stop believing in yourself?
Mm, that's a great question. I mean, I think that it's just the same for her, which is that like at any moment you can have people supporting you. Like there are a lot of moments when you see her with Tabe's support, and then at other points he, kind of falls into the opinion of other people.
Yeah,
And I'm very fortunate personally that like my parents are very supportive of anything I want to do, but they've also never been like so supportive that it's like they push, and I feel like at times it's like you want somebody there pushing you and you don't always have that, but it's really just like I think it just comes down to like you with yourself, ultimately like in the private moments when you're alone with your desires. It's like I think it's about why do you want to do what you're doing, and what will you do to accomplish that.
absolutely. Yes, yes. And what about, because at one point in the film, your character gets asked the question, why do you want to become a hunter if there's like so many other things you might be actually good at? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just wondering, like working as an actor in Hollywood today, how do you make sure you don't allow any industry people to tell you what you can play and what you cannot?
I mean, just by doing it, I guess. I mean, it is interesting to be in a position like this where, obviously, like somebody like Dan or 20th Century had to like put me in this position, but it is also a lot of choice. Like, I've never done a period piece like that. I've never done an Indigenous role in a period piece or just a period piece in general on purpose because I don't find often that like the representation element is good. And to me, that's the most important thing. So, I think it's also just like having a good sense of, morals or knowing what you stand for and just being really persistent about it and never like rude or never aggressive. But definitely like, stern and yeah.
Yeah. And I really like the chemistry between, brother and sister in this movie. And I was wondering because at one point he says like something like, "You see what I don't see."
Mhm.
And I was wondering, when you worked on this movie on set, was there, yeah, something specific that you realized before Dakota did?
Oh, I mean, Dakota was very just like, this is his first role in a feature film, but I feel like you would never know that watching it. And I think he was so always just like wanting to learn and so aware and so like just taking in everything. Like he would just always be observing, like, oh wow, these people do that, or like these people work like this, or those people really like function well together. So like if anything, it's always cool to hear everybody else's perspective about like what is going on around you. And especially like, you know, somebody like him who's just like so excited to come to work every day and
Yeah.
ready, was just like very like cool more than anything.
Oh, that's so cool. My
Yeah.
last question to you would be like, because your character constantly says that she is ready to become a hunter, and her people say, "Are you ready?" And I was wondering, whenever you take on, a part like the one in Prey, how do you know you are 100% ready for that big challenge?
Do not. I was so scared. I had so much anxiety. I literally had panic attacks thinking about doing this movie.
No.
But no, it was really honestly like my, well, I like talked about my parents, like, you know, my dad, like always, oh, I'm gonna cry. My parents are so like encouraging just in like a moral sense. Like I feel like honestly just having a good support system, whatever that is, but it's like you kind of, I guess, really just never know. Like my parents are just very good at being like, if your heart is in the right place, then like whatever comes to you is the right thing. And I think that like wherever that information is coming from, I do thoroughly believe that. It's like I don't think that you'll ever just, I think that there are definitely times, like there were times throughout this movie that like a moment would come and I'd be like, yeah, like give it to me. Like, you know, this is the moment. But I feel like as a broad stroke, I feel like there's probably times that you know, you're maybe really hungry or you're maybe just never ready, but it's just like knowing that if it's coming, then you'll just rise to the occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. Seriously, Amber, thank you so much for sharing your stories, for your
Yeah,
time today. Obviously, all the best with Prey, and see you
thank
soon.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.